Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. What if I told you that the most dangerous attraction you will ever experience doesn't look like attraction at all? It looks like politeness. It sounds like kindness. It hides behind loyalty. And if you misread it, you don't just risk rejection, you risk your integrity. Before we go any deeper, subscribe and like this video. Not for me, for you. Because what we're about to talk about requires maturity, discipline, and psychological awareness most men never develop. You see, when a married woman likes you but is hiding it, she is not playing a teenage game. She is fighting a war inside herself. A war between desire and duty, between curiosity and commitment, between who she promised to be and what she suddenly feels. And that internal conflict leaks out in subtle ways. As a psychologist, I want you to understand something clearly. This is not about chasing someone who is unavailable. It's about recognizing emotional signals without becoming reckless. Powerful men don't destroy lives for ego validation. They read the room, they read the energy, and they choose restraint when necessary. The first sign isn't flirting, it's attention. Not casual attention, intentional attention. She remembers small details about you, your schedule, your preferences, the story you told once in passing. Most people filter out 90% of what they hear, but when attraction is present, the brain prioritizes memory. Dopamine locks it in. If she consistently brings up things you forgot you even mentioned, that's not random, that's cognitive investment. But here's where men get it wrong. They mistake friendliness for desire. The difference? Emotional weight. When she listens to you, does the room feel quieter? Does her body lean slightly forward? Do her eyes hold just a second too long before she looks away, as if she caught herself? Attraction that must be hidden becomes controlled, tight, restrained. It shows up in micro-expressions, not grand gestures. And here's the part nobody tells you. If she quickly brings up her husband right after a meaningful moment with you, that's often not disinterest, that's guilt regulation. She's reminding herself of her boundaries. The mature response isn't to push further, it's to observe calmly. Because the strongest man in the room isn't the one who reacts, it's the one who understands and stays centered. Here's the truth most men completely miss. A married woman who secretly likes you will signal through contradictions, and these contradictions are the heartbeat of hidden desire. One moment she's warm, laughing at your jokes like you're the only man in the world. The next, she steps back, subtly closing distance, as if reminding herself, and you, that some lines cannot be crossed. These push-pull moments aren't confusion, they are emotional fingerprints. Every hesitation, every smile, every glance carries a weight of longing she cannot openly admit. Notice how she communicates. It's rarely with overt words. It's with timing. She texts when she knows her spouse isn't around, or she lingers in conversation longer than politeness requires. There's an almost imperceptible timing in the way she engages, micro moments that betray a focus you didn't earn by chance. A married woman hiding interest is not sloppy with signals. She's controlled, almost surgical, because a single misstep could unravel her carefully maintained boundaries. And then there's laughter, a dangerous, underestimated tool. You've probably seen her laugh at your stupidest jokes. It's not just amusement, it's neurological. Laughter releases endorphins, a chemical marker of comfort, pleasure, and emotional alignment. The more she laughs at you, especially when it's not socially necessary, the more her subconscious mind is revealing. She enjoys being around you in a way she cannot openly admit. But here's the subtlety men almost always miss: intensity without overtness. She may lightly touch your arm during a conversation, but just barely, always brief, always calculated. That's the psychological signature of someone testing emotional resonance without violating their internal or external boundaries. Every small gesture is a hidden, "I notice you," carefully wrapped in social camouflage. You might be tempted to act on it impulsively. Don't. The power in recognizing these signs lies not in immediate pursuit, but in understanding. Observe patterns over time. Track emotional nuances. A single day of attention or laughter is meaningless. Patterns reveal intent, and hidden desire, by its very nature, leaves patterns you can read if you have the eyes to see them. The men who fail here are those who see warmth and assume availability. But the truth is raw. Desire disguised as restraint is one of the most potent psychological forces you will ever encounter. Respect it, decode it, and most importantly, never let your ego misinterpret it. Because the line between temptation and destruction is thinner than you think, and she knows it. Do you feel that tension yet? That unease in your chest? That's the real story speaking, and it's whispering, not screaming. Now let's talk about eyes, the silent betrayers of hidden attraction. A married woman who likes you but is hiding it rarely needs to say anything. Her eyes do all the talking. You might catch her gaze lingering a fraction of a second longer than social norms allow. Maybe she looks at you from across the room, then quickly averts her eyes, almost as if she caught herself thinking what she shouldn't. That split-second hesitation? That's the subconscious mind revealing truth she's trying desperately to hide. Pay attention to pupils. Yes, this is subtle, but biology doesn't lie. When someone is attracted to you, their pupils dilate unconsciously. She might blink more rapidly, bite her lip lightly, or glance away when you look back. These microsignals are not random. They are the body's unfiltered confession. A woman trained by years of societal expectations will hide gestures with her hands, her posture, even her tone. But the eyes are stubborn. They tell the story she cannot voice. Listen to how she talks to you. The language of hidden desire is indirect, playful, and layered with double meanings. She might compliment you in ways that feel unusual, noticing things others ignore. Your mindset, your humor, the way you carry yourself. And then she softens the edges with disclaimers like, "You're really talented for someone so young," or "That's impressive, though it's nothing I haven't seen before." These are linguistic handholds, a way to express fascination while maintaining an illusion of distance. But here's the dangerous part. She may create moments where she intentionally puts herself in your emotional orbit, sharing frustrations, personal stories, or vulnerabilities that her spouse or colleagues never hear. These moments are like breadcrumbs, signaling intimacy without verbal acknowledgement. They are risky because they invite emotional attachment without exposing her fully. Most men get lost here. They hear interest in her words, see warmth in her gestures, and assume it's permission to escalate. Wrong. Understanding this is about reading energy, not claiming territory. Emotional attention from a married woman is a reflection of her inner conflict, not an open invitation. And yet, the tension it creates is addictive. That subtle, restrained attraction, it hooks you, draws you in. That's why so many men misread it, thinking desire is free, when in reality it's carefully controlled. The more you notice these signs, the more you understand the silent dance she is performing, a dance where every glance, every pause, every micro-smile is calculated to feel intense, but safe. If you master this observation, you gain clarity. Not power over her, not validation, clarity. And clarity is the sharpest form of self-protection in the messy world of hidden desire. Do you feel the pull yet? That almost magnetic tension? That's her psyche sending signals. But the question is, will you interpret them wisely or fall prey to illusion? Now, let's uncover one of the most overlooked signs: emotional mirroring. A married woman who secretly likes you will begin to reflect your moods, your energy, even your body language, often without realizing it. When you lean in, she subtly leans in. When you slow your tone, she unconsciously softens hers. When you gesture with your hands, she mirrors. This isn't coincidence. It's an unconscious way her mind is building connection, trying to align with you while hiding the truth from the world, and sometimes from herself. The trick is, men often misread mirroring as mere politeness or friendship. They think, she's just being nice. But subtle, repeated mirroring is the body's natural response to attraction. It's a psychological signal that her subconscious is resonating with yours. Every gesture, every mirrored smile is a silent declaration. She notices, she's invested, and she's drawn, even if she cannot admit it. Listen to the rhythm of her speech. Notice if she adopts similar phrases, words, or even laughs. These are not accidents. They are soft cues, like a secret language her brain uses to connect without breaking the boundaries she has built. The intensity of these micro-connections will feel oddly personal, sometimes disarming, sometimes intoxicating. You may start noticing patterns. When you're happy, she brightens. When you're frustrated, she subtly leans in to understand. Here's where psychology gets dangerous. A woman who is married is walking a tightrope of morality and desire. Emotional mirroring strengthens bonds without overt actions. She can share parts of herself, a glance, a subtle touch, a knowing laugh, and experience the dopamine of closeness while still hiding behind the veil of propriety. That's why the most emotionally gripping signs are often invisible to untrained eyes. Men often make the mistake of trying to push further, interpreting emotional mirroring as encouragement. But hidden attraction is not permission, it's a reflection. It's a warning wrapped in desire. The more aware you become of it, the better you navigate the situation without overstepping. And finally, notice when she pulls back after mirroring. That's not disinterest, that's guilt and self-regulation. She's recalibrating, reminding herself of boundaries, yet the fact she mirrored in the first place tells you more than words ever could. The intensity is in the subtlety, the restraint, and the contradictions. Understanding mirroring gives you insight into her psyche. You begin to see the invisible threads of her desire, restrained, controlled, hidden, and you learn to read the invisible, the unsaid, the powerful signals most men will never notice. The lesson? Observe, absorb, respect. Emotional intelligence is the real power here, not impulsive action. The more you see, the less you need to act blindly. Do you feel that quiet tension building? That is the hidden attraction whispering, and your mind is now starting to decode it. Let's talk about touch, or more accurately, the absence and subtle presence of it. A married woman who secretly likes you will create tiny, almost imperceptible moments of contact that seem accidental but are psychologically loaded. A hand brushing yours while passing an object, a brief touch on the shoulder, a lean in during conversation. These aren't random. They are intentional, controlled, and designed to test emotional resonance without crossing the line she knows she cannot cross. Here's the thing most men miss. The intensity is in the restraint. She will never give you full access. She will never allow long, lingering touches or overt gestures that could expose her vulnerability. Instead, every micro-touch is calculated to create an internal reaction in you, a spark, a jolt, a subtle thrill, while she maintains her social boundaries. It's like she's saying, I notice you, I want more, but I cannot. Observe timing. When she touches you during emotionally charged moments, it's never casual. It often happens when she's sharing a personal story, laughing, or reacting to something meaningful you said. Those micro moments are emotional leverage. They leave a residue of desire and connection that lingers long after the conversation ends. And they are intentional. The second clue comes in proximity. She will subtly reduce physical distance, unconsciously leaning closer to you, adjusting her posture to align with yours. Yet the moment her spouse or someone else approaches, she retracts. That's the push-pull mechanism of hidden attraction, a subconscious thrill mixed with conscious restraint. It's one of the most psychologically revealing behaviors because it shows both desire and self-control simultaneously. Then there's the way she handles accidental contact. Does she hesitate just a split second before pulling away? That tiny pause, almost imperceptible, signals an internal battle between longing and loyalty. The more you notice, the more you understand the depth of conflict she's managing internally. Most men react impulsively here. They mistake these touches for permission or encouragement. But the truth is, this is a test of attention, empathy, and emotional intelligence. The strongest men don't overstep. They recognize subtlety, internalize it, and let it inform their understanding without forcing action. Finally, notice frequency. Occasional micro-touches may be polite. Consistent, patterned micro-touches are deliberate. Combined with the other signals, attention, mirroring, subtle smiles, emotional alignment. They form a psychological map of hidden attraction. Read it wisely. Respond with calm awareness, not impulsive desire. This is where power lies, in observation, self-control, and understanding that desire hidden behind boundaries is far more potent than overt pursuit. It is intense, intoxicating, and dangerous if you let it rule your actions instead of your mind. Do you feel that magnetic tension yet? That quiet pull that seems to linger even when she's gone? That is the most dangerous form of attraction, unseen, controlled, and profoundly compelling. Now let's explore something most men completely overlook: the subtle use of words and tone. A married woman who secretly likes you will often speak in a way that creates intimacy without breaking social norms. She won't directly flirt, not out loud. Instead, her sentences will carry layers, double meanings, teasing undertones, and carefully crafted pauses. Every word is chosen to provoke thought, curiosity, and emotional engagement. She's testing your perception, your awareness, your ability to read between the lines. Listen closely to how she laughs at you. It's not just amusement, it's connection. A genuine laugh releases endorphins for both of you. She knows this. Her laughter can be warm, lingering, and slightly teasing, almost as if she's letting you into a private world without saying a single word. It creates a shared energy that feels electric yet controlled. This is psychological proximity. She can pull you close emotionally without ever touching, without ever admitting anything outright. Notice phrasing. She may use soft qualifiers like, I guess, maybe, or you probably think I'm crazy, but... These are tiny invitations to share in vulnerability. They're safe openings that allow emotional intimacy while she maintains her moral boundaries. And when she shares personal opinions or life experiences, she does it selectively. Enough to create connection, but never enough to expose her full life. Every detail is calculated to intrigue, to create attachment, and to subtly test your responses. Then there's tone, the hidden weapon. A married woman hiding attraction will modulate her voice in ways most men don't notice. Slightly softer when she's alone with you, slightly playful when teasing, slightly warmer when encouraging. The tone communicates what words cannot. Even a single syllable can carry desire that her mind is suppressing consciously. What men often misinterpret is this: warmth and engagement are not permission. They are signals. Signals of curiosity, interest, and internal struggle. If you act on them impulsively, you risk breaking the delicate balance she's maintaining. But if you observe and internalize, you gain a rare insight into human psychology and hidden attraction, something most men never even detect. Finally, listen to how she frames her obligations. Casual references to her husband, her responsibilities, her routine. These are guilt anchors. They remind her, and subtly remind you, that there are boundaries. Yet the very fact she is engaging so intensely while navigating these boundaries reveals the conflict simmering beneath the surface. That tension is the essence of hidden attraction, powerful, intoxicating, and psychologically charged. The lesson here is clear. Every word, every pause, every laugh is data. Emotional intelligence is your weapon. Impulse is your enemy. Recognize the signals, absorb them, understand them, and never mistake attraction for invitation. The cost of misreading this dance can be higher than you imagine. Do you feel it yet? That invisible current pulling at your attention, demanding focus. That is her hidden desire whispering through every word, every laugh, every pause. Now let's uncover the most dangerous and intoxicating sign, her subtle testing of your boundaries. A married woman who secretly likes you will, without realizing it, probe your reactions. She might joke about emotional intimacy, share opinions that flirt with vulnerability, or create scenarios where you must respond honestly. These aren't casual interactions. They are psychological experiments, tiny probes to see if you're aware, stable, and emotionally attuned. Notice how she reacts when you establish limits. If you respond with calm confidence, she relaxes slightly. If you overreact, become defensive, or push too hard, she withdraws immediately. This is her subconscious filter, testing whether you are someone she could emotionally connect with without ever giving permission. Men often misread this as rejection or disinterest, but it's the opposite. She is carefully measuring your character, your emotional strength, your capacity to handle tension without forcing intimacy. Watch her behavior around others. Hidden attraction is often displayed most clearly in private, but microsignals appear in public too. She may glance your way, subtly adjust her posture, or laugh more freely when no one is looking directly. When someone else interrupts, she stiffens, apologizes, or redirects attention. That tension, the oscillation between closeness and withdrawal, is the hallmark of a woman experiencing desire she must hide. It is a silent, invisible war between instinct and responsibility. Then there's the emotional energy she invests in you. She may go out of her way to remember small details, the name of your friend, the book you mentioned, a passing complaint about work. These details aren't casual. Her brain prioritizes them because emotional attachment is forming, even if she denies it consciously. Most men mistake this attentiveness for friendship or politeness, but the depth of focus is a psychological signature of attraction disguised as discretion. Finally, notice guilt markers. When attraction is hidden, guilt is constant. She might bring up her husband, her life, or responsibilities immediately after a moment of closeness, almost as if trying to rebalance her internal moral scale. That guilt is not a sign of disinterest, it's proof of desire. It's the invisible weight that controls her actions, the barrier that makes every micro-signal more meaningful, more potent, more psychologically charged. The key takeaway: hidden desire is never loud. It's quiet, precise, and measured. It's expressed in micro-behaviors, subtle tests, and emotional mirroring. The men who understand this don't chase, they observe, they decode, they remain composed. And in that discipline lies mastery over themselves and clarity about the situation. Do you feel that tension now? That pull between curiosity, fascination, and danger? That is the magnetic, unspoken energy of a woman who is drawn to you, yet bound by invisible chains. Finally, let's confront the truth most men never face. Hidden attraction from a married woman is not a game to be won. It's a psychological storm, intense, seductive, and morally charged. Every glance, every laugh, every micro-touch you've noticed is a thread in a tapestry of conflict she cannot fully resolve. And the moment you act impulsively, that tapestry can unravel, creating consequences you may never recover from. Notice her consistency. A woman hiding feelings will show repeated, patterned behaviors. She might not be overt, but over weeks and months, her attention, her mirroring, her subtle touches, and the emotional energy she invests in you all point in the same direction. Patterns are never random. They are the fingerprint of her subconscious desire, tightly controlled, carefully restrained, and emotionally potent. But here's the harsh reality most men miss. Desire hidden behind commitment is volatile. It's electric and intoxicating because it's forbidden. That tension makes it addictive. You may find yourself thinking about her constantly, replaying moments in your head, wondering if signals were real. That's not weakness. That's your mind responding to high-stakes psychological chemistry. The danger is thinking attraction equals permission. It does not. It equals awareness, observation, understanding, emotional intelligence. This is where self-mastery comes in. The strongest men don't chase, don't exploit, don't cross lines that are not theirs to cross. They understand the subtle thrill, they decode the signals, and they respond with restraint. They recognize that their power is not in seduction, but in perception, in clarity, and in holding space for reality, not fantasy. One last signal to watch for is her emotional leakage. No matter how controlled, desire will escape through tiny inconsistencies. A fleeting sadness when you leave, a hesitation before ending a conversation, a pause when her thoughts drift to you. These micro-moments are unguarded glimpses of internal conflict. They are proof that attraction exists, even when she denies it verbally, even when she cannot act on it consciously. The ultimate lesson is this: seeing hidden attraction doesn't give you permission. It gives you knowledge. Knowledge to navigate human psychology with awareness. Knowledge to protect yourself from illusions. Knowledge to understand desire in its most complex and morally intricate form. That is the power. That is the insight most men will never grasp. If you followed closely, you now understand the invisible dance, the signals hidden in restraint, the tension between longing and loyalty. You can see the patterns, feel the energy, and interpret the signs, not for manipulation, not for conquest, but for wisdom. Because knowing the truth about hidden desire is one of the rarest forms of clarity a man can achieve. Do you feel it now? That undercurrent, that magnetic pull, that quiet storm of unspoken longing. That is her hidden attraction, potent, restrained, and psychologically unavoidable. And now you can see it.